Am I the a-hole for joking about my brother's affair to his bride on their wedding day?
Probably.
When I was in elementary school, I was the type of kid who got disrupts class often on their report card, so I never focused much on school.
Classic class clown, baby.
My district had this system where they would pair high schoolers with younger kids to help them with school, etc. And my mom made me do this after I kept getting in trouble.
Bad boy of the group.
What you gonna do?
What you gonna do when they come for you?
So my tutor was a freshman, Abby. She would come to our house after school to help me with my homework or something. I honestly barely remember. Now, my brother John was the same age as Abby, so they would talk with each other, and one thing led to another, and they ended up dating.
Okay.
Okay, I see you, John and Abby. She stopped tutoring me officially about a month after that, but since she was at our house a lot, I started talking to Abby quite often, and we were quite close as well. Fast forward 10 years, Abby and John get married and have a child together.
From tutoring to scootering to canoodling to baby
Boodling.
boodling.
But then, 5 years after that, John tells me that he's getting a divorce because he's met someone new.
Oh no.
And it sucked because I really liked John and Abby together a lot, but whatever. But then he tells me that he had an affair with this new girlfriend. So he started dating her while he was still in a marriage.
Not a good look. Not a good look.
Making Johns with H's look bad. At least be Jon.
All our fellow Johns with H's comment below.
This also sucks because I should have told him that he shouldn't have hurt Abby like that. But whatever, I guess. Guy says whatever a lot.
Whatever, mom.
I'm in love with an emo girl. At this point, I decided to ask Abby how she was doing, and she said, unsurprisingly, she wasn't doing so hot. But she told me that she didn't want to be the reason that I have a bad relationship with my brother.
She's a freaking saint.
However, 2 months before the wedding, Abby calls me and tells me that my brother's girlfriend has been harassing her nonstop. She showed me the texts, and his girlfriend was saying pretty disturbing things about how she's so much better than Abby, taunting Abby for having to share custody of her kid now, etc. Just making fun of her and bullying her.
You know what they say about relationships that start with cheating? They will be long and healthy.
Yes. I told my brother about this, and he said he would ask his girlfriend about it. Okay, buddy. A month later, I asked him if he ever brought it up, and he said he did, but saw nothing wrong with the texts, which pissed me off. And I confirmed that he saw the texts that I saw. Absolutely ridiculous. Abby apologized for involving me in the whole thing in the first place and encouraged me to still go to the wedding, where my brother had asked me